Good morning, campers. Happy Friday. And you know what it means? It's Feminine Fridays. I've been doing Feminine Fridays on my TikTok a lot. So, what I do on Fridays is I sit down and I do quick check in and guidance for week ahead for all my collectives of feminines. And I decided to start doing that on YouTube as well. And I have free collectives on YouTube. So, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to read your energy so you know this is your collective. We're going to see what's going on with you, your emotion, your connection right now, so you can connect to this message. And then we're going to do guidance for the week ahead. So let's start. Collective number 1. What's going on with you? Well, we have 3. There you go. Girl with a snake, hammer, sabotage, rebuild, persistence, and we have the clock. Let's do one more, and then we're going to do one of the 20s. Okay, clearance, happiness, clearance, and strength. And we have number 6. When I let myself go deeper into thoughts of you, I can feel my heart opening. All right. First collective. I'm seeing they're showing me someone taking selfies, like sweet selfies, and posting them online. So maybe you are posting some selfies on social media. I don't know, I just heard WhatsApp as well, to see if your masculine is gonna see. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you, this collective, you wouldn't be necessarily just sure 100%, is this my twin, is this not my twin? You would be going in and out. But I'm hearing that recently you've been trying to really figure this out. So maybe you're closing your eyes, you're trying to connect to your soul, you're trying to connect to this person. And whenever you allow yourself to sit in a heart space, not in a monkey mind space, you know that this is your person. You feel that this is your person. There is something in this energy about boundaries. The girl with a snake, I don't know why I heard it's like you are the girl with a snake, but not in the sense of like very, very nasty energy. But what I'm hearing specifically for this card is that you're realizing that certain things that people do to you, it's not like they actually do to you, but you don't have enough strength to put in boundaries just yet with them. Maybe you're realizing that, you know, that saying that is very, very true, that we teach people how to treat us. We teach people how to treat us, right? But I feel like you are dedicated to work on certain things in your life, right? So maybe you are trying to find strength to teach certain people how to treat you, to put in boundaries, to put yourself first and your needs, to be more conscious of things that you're doing, not do from a place of impulse, I'm hearing, and from a place of passion. That cleanse and that time, I'm hearing good things come to those who wait. So maybe you like the saying, maybe someone said this to you recently. Maybe you understand that certain things need time right now. Maybe you are I don't feel like you completely embody. It's like I always talk about this, right? We understand certain concepts, but we don't necessarily embody them, right? So you would probably think that this is true. Good thing come to those who wait. Certain things require time, healing, change. Anyone can change, but it requires time, my universal truth. But when it comes to it, you yourself are a little bit impatient with certain things. So you need to release the blockage of time, the pressure of time. All right, if that resonated, let's see what's coming. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. I'm hearing two things with that. One is that you need to learn that on this journey, the divine feminine leads the way. We lead the way. We go first. We jump first. We heal on the level of a soul. We awaken first on this journey. So your masculine will never be able to overcome certain blockages if you haven't mastered them. This is just how the way it works. We're always equals. We're always on the same page, truly, but he lives in a matrix because he has to. Because you heal the soul for the both of you, and he heals karmic patterns for the both of you, right? So when it comes to this journey, you have to take the leap of faith. And what I'm also hearing, you have to start trusting in the universe, that everything happens for a reason. The universe will catch you. The universe, if you truly surrender, universe will not allow you to go where you're not supposed to be, okay? All right. We have the Lovers. We have 10 of materials, and we have 2 of materials. I'm hearing earth sign with this, so maybe you are an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Maybe there's been a lot going on. I'm here. Maybe there's something coming. We're doing your next week, right? So I'm hearing some lessons when it comes to your family. Some boundaries as well, I'm hearing. So maybe you have some family members or some family responsibilities and obligations that you find it very difficult to say no and to put in boundaries. But boundaries is what protects our identity, our truth, our essence, our soul, right? So boundaries are natural if we have self-love. So confirmation, sorry, maybe you're being asked to really contemplate on, why am I incapable of putting in boundaries, of saying, it's the people pleaser within you, right, that struggles with putting in boundaries. So I feel like for this collective, there are some lessons related to your family that are coming your way. I'm hearing as well that you're giving a lot, right? So maybe you find yourself sometimes in situations where you don't have time for yourself, or you don't have energy for yourself because you keep giving and giving and giving, right? And as much as it's beautiful, I always talk about this. It's this analogy of the mask in an airplane. You have to put it on yourself first in order to give back. There's something very important for the divine feminine as well, because we are healers, right? So whatever you're going to do, whatever your path is going to be in this life, we are healers, right? We heal through our energy. So we have to really know how to nourish ourselves, nourish our physical body, our energetical body, cleanse our energy as well, to truly be able to help others. You will be depleted. If you run on people pleasing, on being there for others, you will be depleted because you're not taking care of your own battery. Do you know what I mean? So I think that there are some lessons coming your way to choose you. With that, Lovers, I'm hearing 2 things. One is balance, right? And there is a strong energy of balance with that, Lovers, and that 6 of materials. Maybe you're also a Gemini, but I am Gemini or earth sign very strongly coming through. But you need more balance in your life. You're trying to attend to too many things, too many people, too many issues. You need balance. Work-life balance. Not in a sense, I feel like for this collective, it's not for work, it's for your family. Maybe there's someone who depends on you a lot, or maybe there's someone who is codependent on you a lot. Maybe there's someone who I'm hearing, uses a bit of a subconsciously manipulation for you to spend more time with them and, dedicate more time with them. And sometimes you just feel like you want to be on your own, or you want to do something that you enjoy. So really be mindful for those lessons coming your way. But with those Lovers, I'm also hearing, and I talk about this a lot on all my channels, that for divine feminine on a journey, we are meant to embody unconditional love, right? And one of very important elements of our mission here as twins in union and individually as well, especially divine feminine, is to help people remember what love is truly about. And I spoke about this in yesterday's episode, and in one before, when I was talking about relationships and dating and soulmates on a twin flame journey and separation, that part of this journey, as we heal, we redesign and completely reinvent what we think about intimacy and relationships, because what we think is based on matrix programming, patriarchal programming, right? So you have to find your way back to love. That's what I'm hearing. Find your way back to love. Understand what love truly is and what intimacy truly is. I don't think you're ready for sacral sexuality, this collective, just yet, but you are being asked to start thinking about love, how dating looks like these days, how love looks like. Is it how it's supposed to look like? What do you feel about this, right? So you may be shown, certain situations, people, couples that will trigger thinking patterns within you and go towards there. You don't think what love is, you feel what love is, and you've been stuck. We all are. This is what Matrix does. This is what societal programming does, right? Make us believe that love is something completely different than what it actually is. So if you are getting those thoughts and those downloads, by all means, follow that road. All right. Collective number 2. What is going on with you? What is going on? We have ship, we have picture, nostalgia, and we have golden mirror. What? We have 4. Okay, let's take it. We have balance, we have peace. We have disruption and we have sadness, and they came like in pairs. I want to do one more. I'm hearing something specific. I want to do one more of these and we'll talk. Number 8, I'm conflicted. That's what I was hearing. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. I don't think you're conflicted about that, but you are conflicted. Maybe number 8 is significant. August, I just heard. What I'm hearing for this collective is that you go in and out. It's like this, you yourself internally are in this push-pull kind of dynamic. So on one hand, when you think about your person, you look at this from a logical perspective and you look at what you have. And you want to move away from this, right? You would be thinking to yourself, this is not tangible. This is not something that I want in life. This is not creating peace in my life. It's just creating chaos, right? And you would want to have a peaceful life, a balanced life. So you want to move away, right? You want to close this chapter with your person. But then on the other hand, you find yourself longing for them, thinking about them, feeling very intensely about them, having the need to look at their photos. I'm hearing maybe like even you can take their photo and look for it for like hours on end, listening to like love songs. And you don't understand why is it happening. It's not logical. There is no logic in divine love. There is no logic in twin flame connection, and it's for a good reason. It's for a good reason, because we have to if you constantly are given situations in your life that are logical, you're never going to detach from the matrix. The only way for us divine feminines to truly connect to the void and fulfill our divine mission is to be given things in the matrix that make no sense, but our heart says differently, and we choose our heart. This is why this journey is so hard and so long, because it doesn't happen in one moment. Choosing your heart, choosing what you believe in, although it has no tangible proof. Although I just thought about this, and Maybe there's a reason it's coming to my mind. Maybe it's something that this collective, it resonates. But think about people who are religious, who actually believe in, in all the stories of the Quran and the Bible and all the, the sacred books. That's faith. There's no tangible proof of any of that, okay? That's faith. And this is what this journey teaches us. One day you will get to a point, I know you're the other half of my soul. Yeah, you haven't spoken to me. Yeah, you've been ghosting me. Yeah, maybe you're in a karmic connection. I don't care. I know who you are. I know who I am. I remember. I connect to the void, right? So don't follow logic. The sooner you drop the logic on this journey, the better. We have that golden mirror, so it's like you want peace, but then it's disrupted. Maybe even you are in this in and out phase with your person, and it's like you try to grab a bit of peace, you try to move away, and then they come back, and then they disrupt it, and you long for them, so you run to them, but then it's only causing sadness. You would be thinking that it's very one-sided right now, that it's just you wanting, that it's just you longing. But I cannot in this short weekly video tell you all about divine counterpart. So if that resonates, you can go to my playlist, you can go to the Feminine Talks playlist that I have, Twin Flame playlist that I have. It has to happen. The masculine unknowingly is teaching us something from the beginning. So what he does, it's a programming, it's something that he's pushed to do because we agreed to this. He has to go, he has to avoid, he has to disappear because first of all, it's his wounding that he needs to heal. But second of all, through this behavior, he's showing us that we're not divine feminine. He's helping us to remember who we need to be, who we need to become. And another important thing that I'm guided to tell you is that please remember that nonsense that they say, if they wanted to, they would, it's nonsense. Maybe you've heard that, maybe someone said this to you. In regards to your person, it's nonsense. It's bullshit. I've done a video about this many times, and I've been speaking about this many times on my channel, but it's TikTok. But it's nonsense because it should be if they wanted to and could, they would. Some people who are avoidant, people who are wounded, people who are hurt, people who have no self-worth, they're incapable of giving certain things. They cannot cater to their own needs. So it's not true. Sometimes the wanting is there. And with the masculine, the wanting is always there. They want us from day one. But healing avoidance and conquering avoidance is a very difficult thing. That's why we have to develop compassion as well on this journey as feminines. All right, let's see what's the guidance for you for next week. What's the guidance? The guidance, what's coming next week? Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Maybe you're going to be shown certain visions. Maybe you're being guided to learn about Akashic records. Okay. We have 3 major arcanas, so something big is coming towards you. There is energy of maybe travel. I just heard maybe you're gonna have some travel opportunity, or you're gonna have to go for travel. I'm hearing something exciting, so if that resonates for some of you, it may be some fun travel. Healing of the masculine is what I'm hearing. We carry masculine and feminine energy within. I am hearing that you are being guided, this collective, to focus on understanding what distorted masculine means and what healthy masculine means. There's a reason I mentioned to you everything that I mentioned a moment ago, and I talked about compassion as well. You have to stop thinking that it's so easy that if they wanted to, they would, right? We all carry masculine and feminine within, and the masculine within you is distorted as well. It requires balancing. It requires healing. So Try to find out a little bit more. I have a post on TikTok comparing like divine distorted masculine and feminine to healthy divine masculine and feminine. So you can check that out. You can also find this information online, but your masculine energy is distorted. You are focused on validation, external validation, physical validation, logical physical confirmation in the physical world. You are chasing. I just heard water. Maybe water soothes you. Maybe you are a water sign, or maybe water is just important. Maybe you live near water and it really brings you calm. Maybe you love to swim. It just showed me like those indoor swimming pools. Maybe that's something that you do. Maybe you're a swimmer even. You have to be your own rock. You have to be your own mountain. There's something in this energy. You're very fragile right now. You're very unstable. You cannot hope that someone will come into your life and fix that. It's not going to work, right? So whatever we want externally from our partner, divine love, divine journey, twin flame or not, we're never going to get it, because if it's given, it can be taken away. Everything that we need in life, we have to alchemize on our own. So if you want to feel stable, if you want to feel secure, if you want to feel chosen, give that to yourself. You're being asked to become your own healthy masculine in your life. Heal that energy within you. I feel this collective, it's something that you never had. So maybe most men around you, since when you were growing up, were distorted, would never bring stability, security, sense of peace, sense of calmness, but would always, like, you would have to earn the love and earn the validation. No. Create that stability for yourself. That is what you're being asked to do. I feel like this is a very big start of a cycle for this collective, where you're going to be shown that you have to be your own rock. No one will ever give that to you. All right. Beautiful. And our last collective. All right. We have a lot of mirrors for all the collectives. We have ascending, which is nice. We have the dragonfly. So it's the energy of change, energy of transformation, energy of expansion, energy of adapting to change as well. And we have the mirror. So maybe you have been going through ascension. Maybe you've been learning about ascension as well. What does it mean, ascension? What are the symptoms? How does it look like? So we always, when we go through ascension, we always usually have physical symptoms. Sometimes it's similar to flu. Sometimes we're just tired. We have body aches. We feel like sleeping. We're releasing the emotions, so we're sometimes feeling stronger emotions that we're about to let go, right? So it may be that you have been working on a certain shadow and certain emotions, and you thought that you've done a good job, and now it's returning, and you think, what is going on? It's returning for you to truly say goodbye to it through this process of ascension, right? Sometimes we feel very isolated physically or emotionally. We feel like we want to isolate from others. We want to rest. It's very important when you go through ascension to honor that process and honor yourself. Very often we feel like we are a little bit blocked, right? So we don't want to maybe work, we don't want to follow our passion, we don't feel like doing anything, we want to be very earthly. So we want to eat comfort food, stay home, maybe watch TV, maybe hide from the world. So maybe you're learning about this, maybe you're relatively new. It's something new to you. It's not like you have been through many ascensions. And I always give this example. I want one more from these. Just like when you're on your girlies, right? It's like however many years you have, starting in like early teens, we start to have our girlies, right? And even when we're in our like 30s and 40s and late 20s, it's like you have it and you've been having it for so long, but when it comes, it's like you don't understand. Why am I so agitated? Why am I have migraines? Why I have all these body pains? And oh, okay, I'm on my period. It's all good. So it's similar with ascension. Before you've been through this many times, you're going to find yourself and it's going to feel like you're going backwards, like you have creative block, like you're feeling very humanly, earthly, sick, right? And it's just an ascension. So let it happen. Our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. We're always preparing for our next step. Okay. We have ghost, we have isolation, and we have flow. What I'm hearing for this collective, again, you are going through transformation. You started to see things a little bit more lightheartedly, I'm hearing. So you're adapting. You're adapting to things that are going on. You're adapting to this journey. You would be doing a lot of self-reflection. So at this point, you would know that everything that, or you would start to understand that everything that happens is about you. So instead of pointing fingers, you would be trying to sort of go with the flow of the healing and point the finger towards you. With that ghost and isolation, I feel like you would be feeling quite isolated, quite alone, quite lonely, maybe even abandoned. Maybe your person did ghost you recently. That may be a detail for some of you, that you have been speaking or you saw your person and again they disappeared, they ghosted you. Maybe that triggered that ascension. Maybe I'm hearing they physically triggered this ascension. So maybe you saw your person and you've been with your person intimately, and afterwards you started feeling horribly. And it's like you didn't understand why. And then again, they disappeared and they left you all alone. So not only you were feeling all these... I spoke about this in one of my episodes and masterclasses that I do on TikTok. Sorry, here on YouTube. That we, through sexuality in twin flame connection, we heal. Because we truly touch the other person's souls. The souls merge, right? We also touch through, connect through the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is what carries a lot of trauma and a lot of blockages. So every time we do it, because us feminines, we are the container here, right? So we take on the emotional baggage of the masculine. So in the beginning of this journey, when they're very wounded, when they're in the darkness of the matrix, right, in denial, runner boots, avoidance, a very dark place, we take everything that they carry. And that might not only be his own trauma, but trauma and gunk of all the people that he has been intimate with. So sometimes in the beginning it happens that after we are intimate with our twin, we literally get sick. It pushes us into, it can really feels like very intense, like very intense disease that manifests on a level of a body, on a level of a soul. So you would feel depressed, emotional, lost, alone. You could have infections of literally everything in your body with no understanding what's going on. So there's a reason it's coming to my mind. I feel like it may be just, a detail for some of you, but it may be that you've seen your person and they disappeared and they left you with that. So, but through this isolation and through this ascension and through this, again, abandonment, you grew. It's like it's triggered. Maybe this is the moment that triggered within you that self-reflection. It's like every time I long for this person, but every time it ends, they disappear, they leave me alone, and I'm left with all that emotion, pain, suffering, physical pain now even. All right. But you're starting to connect the dots. Your destiny is calling. All right. What's coming? Keepers of the earth. I heard keepers of the gate. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I've heard two things with this card. One is that you are being guided to really connect to your spiritual team. On this journey, we have all divine feminines, we have very strong spiritual teams. You have your spiritual guides, your ancestors, sometimes even ascended masters standing alongside with you, angel, fairies, spirits of gods and goddesses, right? Spirit animals I'm hearing as well. So you're being asked to really connect to that. This is a very shamanic energy. So maybe you are being asked right now to connect to your animal spirits, to your ancestors, to your shamanic guides. They're always beside you, never alone. You have been feeling very alone, but you're not really alone. We're never truly alone. Your higher self is always with you. Your spiritual team is always with you. The higher self of your divine counterpart is always with you. And the other thing that I was hearing with this card, because it's Keeper of the Earth, but I saw Keeper and immediately came to my mind Keeper of Gatekeeper. We are the gatekeeper. So maybe through this painful experience that you've recently been through, with your masculine, that happens to most of divine feminines in the beginning of this journey, maybe you are being asked to start to explore what does it mean that the feminines, we are the gatekeepers, which means that we carry within a sacred portal, our womb, through which all life comes to this earth. The difference between feminine and masculine energy and the shadows of that is that we are very capable of controlling our lust because we are that gatekeeper, whereas the masculines aren't. So we're supposed to teach them that love, sexuality, physicality is something that you have to lift from your physical sacral chakra to the space of your heart. It doesn't exist without love. It doesn't exist without commitment. You have to learn how your other half of your soul or not, you have to be very guarded when it comes to your energy. Your soul lives there. Your soul, you are being shown right now through those symptoms how it can influence if you merge your energy with energy of someone who is not living a life of alignment, who is also maybe merging with other people. You are being asked to start to explore that you need to respect a little bit more your body, your sacral energy. What else is coming for this collective? All right. We have the Devil, shadows. We have Page of Voices. I'm hearing shadow work. We have Six of Emotions, journey towards the past. Maybe you will be guided to start shadow work. If you haven't heard what shadow work is just yet, maybe you will be shown what shadow work is. I am a shadow worker, for example. So if you come on session with me, I read your energy and we focus on your shadows. All the parts of your psyche that you have been rejecting, not accepting, right? And that's been causing triggers and pain. And we basically attend to them. We give them love, we give them care, we heal them, and we integrate them back into your psyche. So maybe I'm seeing color oranges. Maybe you have an orange dress, or you recently bought an orange dress, a detail for some of you. But I feel you being guided to really understand your shadows and also the darkness. I feel that what you're going through right now is a very important learning point to maybe you never actually, maybe you heard and would even say that energy of other people affects us, but maybe you didn't even truly believe that. And now through this experience, when you literally took upon the energy of your masculine and you got sick, you're learning how powerful that is, how powerful that energy is. And I'm also there's a inner child healing. There's a father wound, mother wound. I'm hearing childhood trauma, inner child healing. So maybe that's something that you're being asked to really go back on this journey, whether you choose to do it through therapy or shadow work with a psychic medium like myself, or a shaman. That may be something that you're being called with that shamanic energy here. But we always going to start from childhood, right? Because this is where our armor is being built. This is where our programming starts, right? This is where the reset needs to start as well, to truly understand ourselves. So I feel like you're being guided to learn about your shadows, learn about the darkness, not just yours, but in general. People's darkness. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions or you want to connect to me, links are in the description box. Bookings are via Instagram. If you feel guided to get on a session with me, if you just feel guided to say hi, you can do it via Instagram as well. I do post a little bit more on TikTok, stories, updates, energy updates, some content about twin flame, spirituality, healing, divine feminine. So if you're interested, I invite you to join me there as well. And yeah, I hope you're going to have an amazing weekend.